Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me for Faithful Fridays. What a blessing it is to be alive and well and here to jump on and join you for Faithful Fridays. I look forward to Fridays and being able to jump on and just talk to you guys about how faithful God has been throughout the week. We are quickly approaching the last 8 days of summer. Imagine that summer is almost gone. We are preparing for fall, and I couldn't be even more excited about it. Fall represents so many things. I did a little research. Fall represents maturity and change, abundance, reconnection, balance. People often get sick in the fall as well, and so it's very important as we enter this new season to make sure you're taking your vitamins, to make sure that you're protecting yourself, to make sure you're staying on top of your health, and that you're doing everything to be successful in this next season. But again, just want to jump on. If you're in the Midwest, we're trending an absolutely beautiful day. Today we're expecting high 70s along with Saturday and Sunday as well. So if this is your disconnect, make sure you get out and enjoy yourself. However, for me, Monday started off in full production mode. I was ready to tackle the week when it hit full force. I had a wonderful weekend, absolutely amazing weekend, and I was ready for a great week in advance. Although I didn't get a chance to tap into my morning study on Monday, I did get a chance to tap in on Monday afternoon and talk about just right on time. Right on time, I tapped in, and it was just talking about all about seeing the world as you should. You will see the world what you want to see, but when you change the way you look at the world and the way you see yourself in it, the world will change the way it looks, and in the process, so will you. Monday was also a reminder for me that everyone has their own assignment. You're carrying something special that the world needs. Not all of us have the same assignment, but when we fulfill our assignment, it's like putting pieces of a puzzle together. In order for the picture to be complete, I mean, totally complete, it takes common people doing uncommon things. It takes ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, has their own assignment. We have to learn to get rid of the emotional baggage, learn the art of forgiving and forgetting. Now, forgetting is not the same as not remembering. However, forgetting is the art of mentally, psychologically, and emotionally disconnecting from a certain reality. You have to keep a forward focus. Keep your eyes straight ahead. Ignore all the sideshow distractions. Just ignore them. Watch your step, and the road will stretch out smooth for you. Don't look at others' lives and believe for one moment that they're able to do more because they have more than you. We all have the same number of hours in the day. So you have to use your time wisely. Rid yourself of time wasters and energy depletes, worry, doubt, unhealthy competition, managing what happens in your life and what comes to you. It starts with observing and knowing what flows through you. Your past is only an introduction. Your last chapter of your life, it hasn't even been written yet. It's time to make your story impossible to be ignored. Tuesday was a reality check for me because Monday was jam packed with adventures, and I had to hit the ground running on Tuesday just to keep up. I can't lie. Tuesday, I was excited and scared at the same time. I had agreed to present in a leadership luncheon, and I truly desired to do my best. I really did. Well, let's just say I got through it. I got through it, y'all. Nervous and all, I got through it. Because often God just wants us to walk by faith. He just wants us to walk by faith, because if we knew how a thing would turn out, we wouldn't have no need to be nervous, nor will we have any need to depend on God. So being nervous is a good thing because it keeps you humble. Tuesday for me was all about reflection because I had tapped into a morning study, and it was just reflecting on a passage that said, when you reflect back over your life, don't just remember the challenges and the difficulties and the failures. However, learn to remember the moments that you were able to overcome, the moments you were able to be triumphant. And remember the moments when you have been able to succeed. Your life has not just been one or the other. You have had highs and lows. The high points have given you courage, and the low points have brought you to a place of construction and correction. Talk about a word. Just talk about a word. Wednesday, it was just Again, I was reminded, stop being anxious about tomorrow. This was just literally ringing in my spirit because I'm always preparing. I love to be in prep mode. Yesterday was a lesson about anxiousness because, again, I told you guys on Tuesday I had to do a presentation for a lunch and learn, and everything worked out as it should. But you couldn't have told me that on Monday because Monday I was just excited and scared at the same time. Don't waste time worrying about what the future holds and what you will have to do to accommodate what's coming. Just take the time that you have and enjoy it. Just live and trust God. I had to remind myself that I have to take 100% responsibility for my life, my success, my failures, and my accomplishments. I refuse to let other people or things that are beyond my control to become reasons or excuses for not doing everything. And I do mean everything necessary to pursue my God-given purpose and achieve those visions that I have over my life. I'm going to continue to say goodbye to yesterday, and I'm going to continue to say hello to tomorrow by any means necessary. Now, when Thursday got here, I was dealing with the topic of rejection. Rejection was a lesson to be absorbed. Why? Because I wanted to know more about rejection and what makes rejection so awful. Rejection leaves us with those deep, dark marks. It really does. No matter what stage or age that it happened to you in life, rejection steals the security of what we thought was beautiful and stable and leaves many scared, fragile, and just vulnerable than ever. Life is about grace, both giving it and receiving it. And grace is given sometime when it's least deserved, meaning you don't even feel like giving grace. And it's the only antidote for bitterness. It's literally medicine for your soul. It's the way for you to not become bitter by giving grace. Just because I've been hurt, I don't have to live hurt. I can choose to get mad and bitter and spread more, hurt around, or I can choose grace and I can give gentle responses and spread more hope around. Remember, we talked about the enemy does not have a plan for the opposite response on last week. So we have to stop responding the way that we've responded in the past. Hurt people, and healed people, heal people. So we have to heal. Last but not least, for me, I spent some time in the virtual church on last week, and man, the word was received right on time. I thank God for sending some young ladies into my life that I feel like are sisters now. They keep me lifted, they keep me accountable, and they keep me filled up with the word. This week, I had the pleasure of catching some sermons, some nuggets from a sermon by Pastor Keon Henderson, in which the sermon was titled, Tested by the Tree. Talk about a word, y'all. Tested by the tree. He spoke about, to stop waiting for the perfect time to start. This was speaking to me because sometimes I feel like I need to have certain things in place to start. He said, don't let your neck get in the way of your next by remaining stiff-necked. Biblically referred is simply remaining stubborn after many warnings to the point of no remedy. Definitively, a stubborn person is referenced as follow, and I looked up the definition because I wanted to make sure that I had it right. But a stubborn person can be inflexible in their approach to things. They may insist on doing things a certain way, or without considering other options. They tend to be very resistant to change, and they may become angry or defensive when challenged. They usually are those ones that'll tell you it's just the way I am, and I ain't changing for nothing or nobody. How many lessons do we need to learn before we get tired? How many lessons do we need to learn before we realize that we're blocking our own blessings? And so for me, that was a word, and it was a word that I could apply. Next, I spent some time in the virtual word listening to another pastor who really caught my eye, Jerry Flowers, where his sermon was titled, The Answer is No. Now, most of us hate to hear no, y'all. We hate to hear no because it makes us revisit rejection. However, after tapping into the word and getting a full understanding of no, I'm totally okay with a no in my life right now. Some of the nuggets that he had dropped, that if God says no, it's for our protection. If God says yes, it's for our promotion. And if God says wait, it's for our development. So just figure out what stage that you're in. We have to trust the no's in our life sometimes that we receive, and know that God has something better. It's okay if he has something better. He even expressed that we can identify a no of God because it strangles our peace. And I'm not sure about you, but I don't want anything strangling my peace. I need my peace. I'm telling y'all, God was speaking on this week. He was pouring and depositing, and I just made sure that I took time to soak it up. I backed away from the TV and I just tuned into the word. I realized whether it be Monday or Friday, each morning is a brand new morning, and it's full of brand new mercies and brand new opportunities and brand new strategies to seize those opportunities that are coming our way. Guys, it's another Faithful Friday. I'm so glad that you joined me. I'm so glad to be here, to be able to see it and to be able to spread my light and talk about God's goodness and his faithfulness, because that is what he is. When he allows us to get through our work week, he is being faithful to us. And so it's the disconnect for most. Do something this weekend that your future self will thank you for, even if it's just resting. You know the drill. I'll be back on next week. Until then, let your light shine. I don't care where you go. Let your light shine. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.